Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Nick Talks. And today, fucking little Friday update, little weekend update, whatever they're called these days. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope we're all banging it out, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we're going the right direction, making things happen, right? I can say this week was a little rough for Nick. Not terrible. I got some good work done, but we were slacking on our posts last week, and I'm feeling the pain. You know, although the channel is moving directionally positive, you know, I got a big bump from some recent videos, and then the following videos did not do as well. And so my standard of like what is cool for my channel was like 20 views, and then that got bumped way up because these videos did well, and then now we've kind of returned somewhere in the middle, and doesn't feel great, but you know, fucking, we're still going the right direction. That's it. That's what matters. I just gotta get that in there, right? I'm still happy to be doing it and still having a good time, which is ultimately all that matters. Well, I would like to make some money too. I'd like to quit my fucking job, dude. But wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all, right? But been doing okay this week. Been doing all right. I've been tracking macros, and I've come to the realization that my numbers were a little low, that I should be intaking much more calories. It's been a fun journey though. I mean, I'd rather be aware that there is a problem and start fixing that than unaware and it just exists right under my nose. But we haven't quite fixed that yet. And tracking macros is not the easiest thing in the world. It's not very difficult, and I said before that it's probably easier than worrying about it all the time, but a new journey for me nonetheless. And I don't know a ton about diet. I don't know nearly as much about diet as I do about training, because I've been studying training for like 10 years of my life, and I've been studying diet for like 20 days. So yeah, new stuff for me, but you know, that's what it's all about, is learning new stuff, getting better, finding new ways. You know, it's like, I'm sure that once I start learning Spanish again, I'm gonna find that I'm fucking dog shit at it and I actually know nothing. But you know, the more you know, the less you know, is what it is. But diet progress has been good. Training has been pretty good. Weird occurrence, dude. Some lady at work like packed lunches for me and some of the people that work in my department, and it was good and very nice of her to do that. But I ate it. I ate the stuff that it was like a chicken salad sandwich, potato soup, and some animal crackers. Felt like I was fucking in middle school, which was funny, but it was nice, still nice. But I ate it, and it like created a vacuum in my stomach where it's just completely evaporated all the other nutrients that I'd taken in that day, to where I was just insatiably hungry for the rest of the day. And I went to the gym shortly after, and I don't think I've ever felt worse doing a workout. It was leg day, doing squats, hardly could put any weight on the bar. I'm like, okay, so maybe my legs are just shit. Maybe I've been neglecting them somehow. I mean, I've been hitting leg day, but maybe I haven't been going as hard as I should have been. And so then I switched over to deadlift, popped up to 315, which is not my max, and got it up for 1 and nearly passed the fuck out, dude. I've felt that once before, but not even this close, where it's like I feel consciousness slipping, and I have to try and take in air to supply whatever was going on, dude. And I grabbed some stuff and hold on for fucking my dear life, dude. That was whack as fuck. I don't know what she put in that shit, but it did not agree with me, my man. It did not agree with me. So, yikes, but okay, I guess. Just be careful of food from strangers, I suppose. But other than that, training's been good. So just to really cap off the macros, I'm right now hitting like 3,200, I think. I thought that was good, but I think I definitely need to be taking in more to get where I want to get. So I've been getting leaner, but still stronger, which is nice. I've shifted away from maxing as much, which is okay. You know, I like seeing big numbers, but I mean, in my head, it's not like I write this shit down, but figurative, I mean, literal, but in my head numbers, I'd rather be putting up big ones than not, but ultimately, like, I want to be bigger, and it's not necessarily all from strength. Hypertrophy is not the same training style as strength is, which that transition has been somewhat ego deflating, but part of the process. And I'd rather do this and reduce risk of injury than not. But other than that, it's going pretty solid. I've said that I abandoned the 3-book reading and just focusing on one. I'm going to try and squeeze that second one in there, but I just don't have the most amount of time, and I'm not sure that reading a second book for the time that requires, I'm not sure that is a big enough needle mover for me to port that in, because I'm starting to get to the point now where I'm filling almost as much of the time that I have. There's definitely some fucking black hole sessions on YouTube, but for the most part, I'm pretty solid on staying busy, and so I have to kind of prioritize. This is never the case before, so this is a nice improvement. Talk about last week, Sunday rant, recognizing when things are going good, recognizing when we're making progress. Definitely better that I'm using my time more efficiently, but I have to start prioritizing what really is beneficial, what is a good use of the time that I have, and I don't think that reading a second book is the most useful. Will be useful at some point, but not today. I don't foresee that being the case. Maybe not anytime soon, but we'll see. Especially because I'm reading Game of Thrones and I'm starting book 3, so we got a while before we're gonna get out of this train, which means it could wait a while for me to start another book. But ideally, we'd like to get there. Been trying. I moved away from podcasts for a while. I don't know. I feel like I just burned myself out a little bit. I had to take a break, but trying to port it back in with a little soft reboot with Chris Williamson, kind of a more approachable thing than Huberman. I feel like I've disappointed my dad a little bit, Huberman being my dad, so I feel afraid to go home a little bit. That's how I feel. But Chris Williamson is a much more approachable host, I believe, in terms of the information provided, much more digestible immediately. I don't have to pay attention nearly as much. Not shitting on Chris, more propping up Huberman, but I definitely am finding benefit there, which I've stated in the past, that just interacting with ideas that haven't crossed my mind and thoughts that I haven't processed on my own is definitely good, and especially linguistically, if I can use that phrase there. Like, I notice that when I stop interacting with academic information, with higher levels of thinking, then my speech and my expressions start to degrade a little bit. And some of it's intentional, because I do like talking normal, right? Not like a fucking dictionary. But at the same time, a better vocabulary just helps be articulate. It just helps express the point better, because I can find all the words that I'm looking for that can really mean exactly what I'm trying to say, versus just like, you know what it is, dog, shit. You know what I mean? That doesn't really encompass my full thought. Whereas if I can use wider fucking higher levels of vocabulary, then I can really get to what I mean faster and more efficiently and more completely. And podcasts definitely help that. I think reading helps that also, but essentially just increasing the input that is beneficial to my state of mind and ability to express is obviously beneficial. It's obviously great, and something that I kind of strayed away from for a little bit there, but we're coming back. We're moving more towards the right side of the scale, which is good. Got vacation coming up, baby. The holiday season. Hope everybody's getting cheerful. This is my fucking favorite time of the year. It is my birthday this month, which I genuinely don't really give a shit about. I never feel like, woohoo! I don't really care. But also Christmas. You know what I mean? Christmas is great. Christmas season is like the fucking bomb, dude. So not only do I have my birthday, but also Christmas and Thanksgiving shortly behind it. So it's a nice little cheerful set of weeks, which I appreciate. I like seeing the world kind of come together and be glad and merry. It's a nice change of pace, right? things are kind of gloomy sometimes, and I like that we pull our heads out of our asses occasionally. And I get to go home, which is nice. Get to see up north in the middle of winter. It's gonna be cold as fuck for sure, dude. It's gonna be so cold. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not completely acclimated to Florida weather. You know, I spent 20 years there, 2-3 years here. Not quite the same, but it's gonna be cold. It gets cold when it's like 60. I'm like, I gotta put a sweatshirt on, right, dude? I'm gonna be shivering. I'm gonna be shivering to say the least. I'm gonna be having a hard time moving my fingers, dude. And speaking of vacation and channel progress in general, I'm really trying to get ahead of the fucking game here, dude. I gotta to give myself a buffer zone just in case I have an off couple days or an off week or something, and post scheduled out, which I've known this forever but have been slacking. But that's what I'm gonna try and do, and I have to do it because I'm gonna be off for a week on vacation. I'm not gonna be recording videos, I don't think. Although I did think there could be an opportunity for a certain podcast to be done there, but every time I think that's going to happen, there's just not the time for it, considering it's not a wholly social visit, social visit. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, guys. That's pretty much increased electrolyte, dude. Fucking Aldi, man. I was getting liquid IV for a while, but I make less money now, and so I can't just buy all the supplements that I want, and so I haven't been buying it. And I was like, let me check Aldi. And they got fucking packs of electrolytes for $1 for like 10 or 15 of them. That's a good deal. Fucking liquid IV is like 20 bones, which is not as good as one. Now, I'm sure there's not as much stuff in there, but still, considering the packets are like a quarter of the size. But still, it's something. And I definitely notice a difference when I'm intaking electrolytes versus not. And even just doing the pinch of salt in my water, not really getting the same buzz as when I get more electrolytes in my system, which I could probably learn more about, but not today, baby. But that's all I got for this fucking weekend update. Chop that bitch there. I appreciate you guys, I really do. And I'll see you on the next one. Nick out. Wow, wrap that. Wow. Got through that ending quick, huh? Anyways, see you guys later.